And there we are. Another week, another Joe Zone. Some of you will notice, back by popular demand, recently furloughed by the governor for crimes against whatever.
Whoever.
Rick is back. So, hey, Rick, what's happening?
Hey, guys.
Hey, Rick.
Hey, Rick.
And we have our new host, Babyface John, who is
Babyface.
He lost a fight with a razor.
so there's that.
That's what my dad, he would grow his beard out, and then he'd keep it for a while, and then he'd shave it and grow it out. And everybody, after he'd been wearing it for a long time without it, he'd start growing it out. They'd look, "Oh, you're growing your beard out." And he said, "Somebody stole my piano." And they'd always look at him, "Stole your piano?" He said, "Yeah, my razor was laying on it."
I'll tell you what my father used to say. We'd show up, we'd have one of us guys, one of the sons would have beard or whatever. And he always said same stupid joke. "Oh, so you're breaking the 11th commandment again." Somebody would always say the 11th commandment. He's like, "Yep, thou shalt not cultivate on thy face what grows wild on there." Oh yeah, there was always that, right? So it's good to see John's not breaking the 11th commandment anymore. He's on the straight and narrow now. All right. So we got some stuff we're going to talk about tonight. And it's all going to be fun. So how's that? Good stuff, actually.
Yay.
Yay. Let's jump. What you got going on there this week, Babyface?
Well,
he's going to have stubble at least next week.
So this week we got the next issue of Toy Fair, which is March 1998, issue number 7, featuring Laura Croft. So Rick's daughter should like this issue. I don't know if you can see that there. Let me get it over in a minute. And I take it now. So this come out in 1998, and the figure come out around this time. The movie didn't come out until 2001. So I think what they did, they said, "Hey, when we cast Laura Croft for the movie, let's pick out somebody that looks like the figure, big lips and big hips." And they got Angelina Jolie.
There you
go. So anyway, not to take up too much time, I got a couple of good letters here that I'd like to read, as always. And y'all remember Nick, the guy that wrote in on the first episode, the what was prospector, I guess is what they used to call it, speculator.
Speculator.
So he's still getting mail. I mean, seven issues later, he's still getting people writing in letters to this guy. And so this one says, "Dear Toy Fair, a couple of issues ago, you ran a series of letters which blasted Nick the toy hoarder for buying up all the valuable toys. To his defense, I have someone for you who makes Nick look like Santa Claus. My community has this flea market lady who runs around buying up all the hard-to-get toys she can get her redneck hands on. She hits every store as early as possible and buys all she can and get this. What she doesn't have the money to buy, she destroys. Yes, you heard me correctly. She destroys the packaging by severely bending the card on all the valuable figures she would like but can't afford. My guess is the old bag wants to monopolize the local Star Wars market by destroying what she can't have. What a piece of trash." And I think we've talked about this before. I've actually saw this happen in a Walmart over in Talladega. I saw somebody, they didn't have the money to buy it, so they just wadded the packaging up and threw it back down there because I was like, well, if I ain't going to get it, nobody else is, basically. Didn't bother me because I'm an out-of-box collector, so as long as they don't hurt the figure, I'm good.
There you go.
And actually,
now we're through to hiding them.
Yeah.
Actually, Toy Fair. This was in Knoxville, Tennessee. Who wrote this? So, Toy Business reply.
I'll get you later.
Toy Biz reply was, Toy Fair's reply was, "That's big business at work, my friend. Supply and demand granted, this sounds a bit extreme and illegal. It shouldn't be long before your local toy stores notice their stock getting mangled on a regular basis by this woman and take action. On the other hand, I wish someone had mangled more Harley Quinn packaging so the scalpers would pass them by and left me one. So, y'all know what Harley Quinn he's talking about, the one that's been in the top 10 forever?
Yeah.
That one now.
Okay. I got 3 letters. Letter number 2. So that's kind of a comparison to Nick. He's comparing it with himself. This next letter says, Dear Toy Fair, I am a 22-year-old professional who makes tons of money, more than enough to handle my comic and toy obsession. I know the age-old question, to open or not to open, has been a hot fanfare topic for the last few months. Well, we know it's been for the last 30 years now. He says, I'm sorry, but I know the difference between a short pack figure and an owl filler. I'm also sorry, but I don't care if there's a whole classroom of little kids in the store looking with puppy dog eyes at the toy in my hand. I'm still whipping out the gold card and buying it. It's pretty cool. Now, before everyone starts cursing the ground I walk on, let me explain. I have as much right to that toy as any 9-year-old. We may want it for different reasons, but hey, it's a free friggin' country. If some dad wants to take his kid to Toys R Us at the crack of dawn on a Saturday morning while I'm still in bed hung over, more power to him. Oh, by the way, if I'm in the mood to open up a toy and play with it, I'll go to the $2.97 bin and yank out a cool Toy Biz toy. Believe me, if you look hard enough, you'll find something cool without being a doofus and opening up a collector's item. So this guy's kind of more along the lines of the Nick guy.
Yeah.
And the Toy Fair's response is, "You're right. It's a big friggin' it's a free friggin' country, but taking toys from kids still makes you a giant blowhole." So they don't cut him no slack. Okay, last letter, then we'll move on. Dear Toy Fair, you know what? Toys suck. How do you like that? I'm 25, and this guy I would have been about that age around this time too. He said, I'm 25, and I recently rediscovered toys, if you will. Many years had passed since I put away my action figures for the very last time. I had filled my high school and college years with other pursuits like sports and girls and booze, and you know how it is. But a year ago, as buzz was starting to build about the Star Wars re-releases, I was moved to buy a C-3PO and R2-D2 from the Power of the Force line. They were just meant to be cool deco for my office, a small reminder of those beloved films, but pretty soon I bought a Chewbacca to join them up there. Then a Han Solo. Before I realized it, I was buying figures about once a week, then twice a week. Boy, amateur there. Dane probably buys more than that in one day. He said, I was a toy collector and I loved it. Well, I used to anyway. I'm through with toys because the more time you spend in the action figure aisle, the more you realize just how filthy and nasty America's toy culture really is. I can't help it. The greedy, profiteering bastards who snatch up every new release to resell down the road turn my stomach. Their crying and moaning in your letters column makes me sick. Screw toys. I thought it was reclaiming a piece of my childhood, and it made me really happy. Now I'm just disgusted. I'm going back to my adult world now. It was fun while it lasted. So it didn't take him long to get discouraged, did it?
Yeah, he just moved on to another hobby that he found the same filthy, disgusting American capitalist crap, right?
What he said.
Yeah.
So Toy Fair's response is, I can't say I've felt the same way from time to time, Chris, but anything worth having is worth fighting for, don't you think? If toys aren't worth the trouble, then there's plenty of other pastime out there. But if you really, really like toys, and it seems like you do, then maybe putting up with all that toy hoarder nonsense is worth it. And I guess that's kind of what we've done over the years, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, big time. Yep, big time. And you know what? We've actually won because it's not the same. It's not the same hoarders. It's not the same scalpers. Those people have come and gone. You know, they really have. We beat them. We just deal with new ones. You know?
We're dealing with scalpers now. They dealt with speculators. So.
That's right. Big
difference. So, I looked through. Of course, a lot of this is Toy Biz, McFarlane's, what they have in there, because that was what was big in '98. But I did come across, every once in a while you come across something odd, and this is something that I was kind of aware of, but I never really knew anything about. It was Kenner done a line. It was based off an animated series in the late '90s called Mummies Alive.
Oh yeah,
they had a little thing on there and showed some of the figures. Yeah. I don't really know much about it. I just thought they were kind of interesting, and to me, the looks of the figures would be something I think if they redone today with the better technology would be cool. But anyway, so in just for the record, Union Jack was the figure for the month. So they were still heavy into the Marvel figures at the early run. And I still got to keep it. I don't know why I didn't mail off for him because I mailed off for all the other ones, but for some reason I didn't mail off on Union Jack. I don't know.
Maybe it's because you're American.
I guess so.
Yeah, really.
But last but not least, the top 10 for the week of March 1998. Guess what toy line dominated the top 10?
My Little Pony.
Star Wars.
Yep, Star Wars still in there, still knocking it out. So you're looking at only 2 were not Star Wars figures. Guess what one of those 2 was?
Joker.
Yeah, Harley Quinn's still in there, but she's at number 10 now.
Slowly falling out.
People are slowly but surely getting them.
Yeah.
Next week,
so Harley Quinn's. I mean, this is like what I think she's been since issue 1. She was in the top 10.
Yeah, close.
So I guess that's what made her such a popular character. Number 9 was Yak Face. Number 8 was Imperial Royal Guard. Number 7 was the Wing Blitz Batgirl from the Batman DUO force. Number 6 was Snow Trooper, and number 5 was Luke Skywalker in ceremonial outfit. There you go. There you have them right there.
Nice.
Number 4 was the Bomar Monk. Is still in there in the top 10.
Holding strong.
Dr. Avazan, I guess is how you pronounce it.
Avazan.
Avazan,
yeah.
And then the top one, number 1 and number 2 were actually 2-pack 12-inch. The Luke Skywalker versus Wampa, number 2, and number 1 was Han Solo and the Tauntaun.
Those are KB, weren't they? KB.
I think so. I think the 2-packs were usually KB.
Yeah.
The Misfit or Castaway toy was the Uma Thurman
Poison Ivy. Yeah.
Poison Ivy. And check, I don't know if you see that. I should have sent a picture to say that. They talk about the face being the big thing. It says her crime. This is one freaky, scary toy. How does Uma Thurman, perhaps one of moviedom's most alluring starlets for the past decade, gets translated into this? What's the worst part? That bashed with a tree stump face, the tacky glitter makeup, those I'm dead inside eyes. Oh, never mind. It's Uma's own fault for appearing in the worst movie in 1997. On a lighter note, finishing off, they did, anytime they do G.I. Joe in a mugshot, I show that. So in the mugshots, they actually featured Serpentor in one of their mugshots back in the price guide. So there you have it. That's Toy Fair number 7, March 1998. So interesting stuff there. You see, I mean, it just kills me some of the letters they get. It's again, like we talked about, it, same stuff. It's been rehashed over and over for the last 30 years. So anyway,
but now it's in print.
Yeah, that one's in print. Yeah. You can't get rid of the evidence. Well, actually, you can't get rid of the evidence when you put it online because it's on there forever. You just got to go and find it, I guess. I don't know, but So I guess this past week, I celebrated a birthday, and Rick also celebrated a birthday. So two of us is a year older since the last time you saw us.
Some of us lost all our hair.
Yeah. So,
well, you tried your face to match Dave's head. Is that what it is?
There you go. With the Bobsey twins.
Sorry, John. Go ahead, brother.
So last weekend we took a little road trip for my birthday. And she took me. She had a little money stashed away, and she was going to take me out and treat me a little bit for my birthday. So we went, of course, over to Total Nostalgia, and then up to the Deep and Rocket City Toys, and nothing spectacular. We just kind of enjoyed the day riding around. At the Deep, she did pick me up the one of the missing Silverhawks that I was missing, Buzzsaw.
Oh, sweet,
nice.
And
That's a
of course, I am waiting on the re-release, the toy version, which was green and yellow, but this one, was based off the cartoon, which was more yellow on it, but still pretty cool. It come, tons of accessories, obviously, and it's a heavy figure, just like the Monstar was, a big heavy figure. Stopped at the Shane and Rick. I don't know, Rick. I guess you shop at the Decatur Target too, right?
Yeah.
Or is it just Shane? Anyway, so I did find a couple of things. I wasn't going, like I said, I wasn't really gonna buy these, but Dave got me hyped up about them. Kept talking about how great a figure this Calabac is. So I found him stashed up under the counter.
Yeah,
and man, he is a heavy figure. He's a chunk of plastic. So
yep.
Dave, who makes that figure?
McFarlane.
And,
guy named Todd.
I did like the lanterns. I don't know why, and I need to read the what was it? They done the Brightest Day and Blackest Night storylines or something a while back.
Yeah,
I need to read those. I've never done, but I do like the lanterns.
Blackest Night's a good storyline.
Is it?
It is. Yes, it really is.
They also had Necron, so, and I use my what do you call it, Target rewards, all these money I've been building up, so done pretty good on that. And he's a tall figure. He's got the big sickle and all that. So I don't know. I just always like the rainbow figure. I guess you call the Rainbow Coalition there. They're all all in the, all the rainbows, the blues and blacks and greens and yellows and all the different the different lanterns. I did want to get one of those blue Kyle Rayners. I missed it when it went up for sale, but that is a nice looking figure. I like that. And but yeah, I always just like the all the different lantern figures, I guess you'd say. And so I'm looking to complete that that wave with the what's his name? The Red Lantern.
Atrocitus.
Yeah. So I did find that Kyle Rayner, so I'm only missing the Superman and Batman, but there's a ton of them around here. I just
they're everywhere.
Until I get paid again, maybe I can pick one up here and there until I finish it.
Yep.
But yeah, there's tons of those. So, but anyway, yeah, there's just a couple of things I picked up. The other thing, what I picked up at Total Nostalgia, I got a couple of comics, and this is actually the only McFarlane Wonder Woman that they've done that I actually like. And
with Dr. Fate helmet,
yeah, with the Dr. Fate. And I saw they had the one without the helmet where she got like a mohawk.
Yeah,
and it works good on Storm, but not on Wonder Woman. I don't know. The mohawk just don't work.
If you read that last night on Earth storyline, it would make more sense.
Would it?
They actually toned her down quite a bit from the way she was in the comic. The side of her face is all burned up and everything else in the comic. So yeah, it's the future was rough on old Diana. So, that particular timeline.
I did like that one with the Dr. Hood, so I picked it up and real cheap too. They got tons of McFarlane at Total Nostalgia in there, and they're most of them are retail or less.
Yeah,
most of them $20 or less, and I thought it was interesting. I liked it.
I like the line, but I have to be honest with you. There's less than 10 of those figures that are actually valuable. I mean, and some of them are very valuable, but this it's less than 10 of them. It's definitely been well produced. So,
well, that's kind of good for anybody that's actually collecting.
Yeah, exactly.
The scalpers don't like it when they put out mass numbers of things because they know they're not going to sell them.
They can't put them back and hold them until they get even more expensive.
Right. And the typical, a lot of the ones that are worth money were the Walmart exclusives, because Walmart is, as we all know, absolutely horrible with anything exclusive. They just are. I don't know why they bother with them. I just don't. But they devalue their product as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Rick,
were you going to talk about the trouble bubble, or you want me to?
Well, you can. I've got plenty. So if you want to cover it.
I mean, I didn't know if you had yours. If you want to show yours, because I got something else I was going to show here in a minute. But
well, I've got mine.
Okay, I'll just let you do. I'll let you do the trouble bubble then. So for the vintage Joe collector, and I finally give in, and because you know how it is, vintage Joes, you don't want to put them on a stand because you'll break their heel. You don't want to put their accessories in their hand because you'll break a thumb. So I caught them on sale at Beggars Canyon, the retro cards. They had them buy 3 get 1 free, so I picked up the first. If you do them alphabetical order, it's the first 4 Joes from 1982, and I gotta say, I'm really impressed. I'm loving it so far. So I here's a flash.
Yeah, I can't wait to get into this.
And the back, I mean, it's
sweet.
Of course, you'll notice at the very bottom it's got here reproduction packaging.
Right.
So it lets you know it's not original. But other than that, it looks like the real thing. It's even unpunched. I got to get me some of those. I want to actually get some of those acrylic cases to put them in and just kind of display them up in our bedroom over on the top of the shelf I got up there. But I'll tell you, y'all heard that, huh?
Yeah, that was not a vote in the affirmative.
Well, I do have my speaker on, so
Your interior decorator has shut you down.
But I gotta tell you, it takes me about 30 minutes per figure.
They look awesome though.
Fantastic. But it does. And I'm using the double-sided tape instead of glue, and they actually recommend not using glue. They say the double-sided tape's better, but you cannot. I mean, I can get it up there close as I can to it. You can't even see the tape.
Yeah, it's awesome. You did a great job. I can't wait to get into this.
So I got Flash, and I love the fact that they're doing cards for the drivers, because that's the other 2 that I got. I got Clutch and Grand Slam.
Sweet.
Nice.
And then on the back, they kind of look like Now, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because, I mean, the card, you can't really tell on this video, but up close, it looks a little fuzzy. I think because they blew the image up, but I don't understand. The back kind of looks a little fuzzy, too. I don't know if you can really tell. Let me get Flash here. Can you tell a difference?
A little bit, I guess.
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit. It just looks a little fuzzy to me compared to the other. I don't know why
they
that
still
is.
look great, if you ask me. They're
still great. They're still great.
Yeah.
So that the other one that I got, and I still got to do Breaker. I got Breaker's card here. His is going to be a little bit of a challenge because his whole headgear with the cord and all is going to go in here. So it barely fits in there. So that's going to be a little challenge. But the reason I hadn't done him is when I got him out to go to put him on there, I realized he's not bad, but he's got just a little bit of play there. So, I mean, his O-ring's probably got several years left in it, but I don't want to put it in there and 3 or 4 years later and come apart. So I'm probably going to, before I mount him, put a new O-ring in him just for the heck of it, because I don't know how that'll work by, taking them off the card.
Yeah, I don't know.
With that double-sided tape, I'm figuring it would probably tear this, or I figure, So I want to make sure he's in good shape before I put him in there. So I'm going to replace his O-ring before I try to mount him. He's going to be the challenge out of the ones anyway. So you do put on Flash, because you got to kind of lay the pieces, like lay them there in the blue square, and lay him there, and then slowly lower us down and line it up. Because once you stick it, it sticks. But his gun, I'm like, how in the world am I going to do that? But they recommend actually taping it in there, and you can't tell it. But I put some single-sided clear tape to hold it in place, and you can't really see it.
Yeah,
in there.
Nice.
There, you can look real close. You can tell right there where I taped the hose down so that it wouldn't come off when I put it on the car. So I mean, it says it requires patience, and that's no lie. I mean, you have to have some patience and take your time with it, or you will mess it up. It's doing it, trying not to. The worst part is handling double-sided tape and trying not to touch it, because you got to pull it off with your finger, and then you got to clip off the part and try to hold it with tweezers and mount it. So that's why it takes so long. I will tell you this: they say like go around the. So I use breakers here. So you want to go around this whole thing and across here. Oh, let me get it over here. You see it. Across here with a strip and around this, and you don't want to double layer it. So you don't want the tape to overlap, so you have to be careful of that. And it says once you put it on there, take your scissors and trim all the way around it. But I found it's better to like put a piece, trim it, put a piece,
that makes sense,
and do it as you go. It's a lot easier doing it.
I bet that's true.
Because I done the first one by going all the way around, and man, it was a pain. And cutting this long strip up through here, because that double-sided tape's going to stick to your scissors and it's going to try to bunch you up. So that's what makes it so aggravating.
I wonder if one of those handheld bag sealers would work on that. Have you seen those?
Handheld bag sealers?
Yeah, my wife has ordered one that she reseals like potato chip bags with after they're opened. And you just
I know what you're talking about now.
Run it down the bag, and puts a little heat to it and just seals it together. I wonder if that would work. You could just go around the edge of it and heat that plastic and seal it to the card.
I don't know.
I have no idea.
I don't know.
You get one, try it out, and let us know.
I will. How much those run a piece?
$11.
That's not bad at all.
That's what
great, actually.
That's the whole kit with the card and the bubble. Because you can buy the card or you can buy the bubble. You can buy those individually. But they had, like I said, at the time I got these, I had buy 3 get 1 free. So for $33, I got 4 of them.
That's not a bad price at all. $11 a piece.
Well, you look at me like that for.
Did I ever tell you I contacted them to see about doing a 10 hunt with them?
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I did.
Beggars Canyon.
Yeah, I did. I got a very nice letter back from him. And he basically explained to me that he didn't want anything to do with internet anything.
Oh, really?
Because they had a bunch of trouble. Just, the typical stuff. People going to make accusations, and people are going to start trouble, and people are going to complain. And on and on and on it goes. So he very politely said no, but thank you for thinking of us. Thank you that you thought about our product, but we just do not do that anymore. Oh. It's just like that was sad, but Yeah.
Well, I'm going to tell you, seeing some of these vintage Joe groups and how stuff like this really
I know
makes them mad, because if it ain't original, they ain't want no part of it. You know? I can understand that, because you got some out there. I don't care. I mean, I can display my figures and they look good. That's all I care about.
Right, exactly.
I know it's not real, and I ain't going to try to sell it as a real figure.
Right.
But I like it because it makes it more displayable, and it looks vintage, and I just think it's cool. So, but yeah, they're pretty neat, and you do have to have patience. That's the biggest thing. You gotta have some patience. So.
No, well, thank you for showing those, because those are awesome, actually.
Yeah, once you do a couple of them, it's not that bad, because you learn as you go. Like I said, I learned after that first one, I learned to trim it as I went instead of trimming it all at once. And you start picking up on little things, it makes it a little easier. So it's not that bad. I look forward to maybe later on getting some more of them. I like to try to get all the straight arms in those. And they do make one for the Mickey Mouse Cobra Commander, and that's what I like. They do the ones like I said, like these, where they didn't, they come with a vehicle. They make a card for them, so you can put them on a card and display them.
Now he's up to what, like 1985 too, as far as the waves go.
Oh yeah, no, he's doing. They're doing some from 1988 now. So I think they've got most I think a lot of the vehicles. I think the vehicle drivers, they're probably up to maybe 86. I think 80, 85, maybe 85 is where they've gotten to. I know they got the water moccasin. They got a few of those. I don't know if maybe they don't have all the drivers of 85, but they do have. A refrigerator Perry and Sergeant Slaughter for the mail-in figures. They got those, and those look really neat. I definitely want to get a couple of those. And but yeah, they're gradually working their way up, and I mean, really, once you get up to about 91, from 91 on, you can pretty much find those decent price already. Right. Actually vintage carded ones.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I was looking today just on the card backs with the front tore off where they removed the thing, a full uncut card back. I mean, there's some of them selling for like $250.
Yeah.
For the original 1982 figures like Breaker. Yeah. I saw one for Breaker like $250, and like I said, it had half the. Our Stalker had one that had when they tore it off, they tore the whole front of the thing.
Oh,
jeez. And they were still wanting like $99 for it.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it's amazing what an uncut card back will do, because of the pictures on the back and the file card is mainly why people want them for that part. And but yeah, I mean it's amazing how much they cost just by themselves now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's I ain't even see a Snake Eyes on there. Ain't no telling what the card back for Snake Eyes would go for.
A lot.
Yeah.
Emmeett is on sabbatical. He should be returning sometime next week from wherever it is I sent him. I'll have to check that one. But he was having some technical difficulties earlier this afternoon, so he needed a respite. How's that? Or I needed a respite. How does that go, Rick?
Oh, somebody asked the question. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Nancy did. Okay. Original.
I see that.
Oh yeah, I get it. I really do. I like the fact that they print right on the card that it's repro.
Oh yeah.
It's not original. So.
Well, I'm going to tell you when I get around to carding heavy metal, he'll have a reproduction headphone. I mean, I'm not paying $500 for that little tiny piece of plastic. I ain't doing it. I mean,
no.
I don't care. Crazy. I don't care if it's a reproduction. It looks good in the package. That's all I care about.
Yep. I've seen two discussions this week about microphones. One was on. Geez, you guys are going to kill me too. The Mahler driver. And the other one was lift ticket. People were asking about, how much is the microphone going to cost you? And everybody said, $10 more than you can buy the whole figure complete for.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where some of that has gotten. It's just a little ridiculous.
Well, somebody at Joe Fest had the Mahler with heavy metal, with the microphone, and the Mahler box.
Heavy metal.
The whole thing for like $900.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if you buy just the figure with a microphone, you're talking $500 to $600.
No, it's crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
So,
yeah.
Beggars Canyon, right on the cards.
Beggars Canyon.com.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I got a flyer. I have to go get it when it goes to somebody else and show it to. But yeah, they're yeah.
Ain't that on Tatooine? Think the shipping cost is going to be hard.
Yeah.
I was going to say, because if you just type in Beggars Canyon in the Google, the first thing it pulls up is actually a little like a Wikipedia thing about Beggars Canyon. It talks about it being on Tatooine and all that. But I think if you type in Beggar Canyon's toys, then it'll pull up the website. Will be the first thing it pulls up. But yeah, I'm thoroughly impressed. I mean, $11 is not bad for the card in the bubble. And like I said, if you catch them on sale at Father's Day, they had the whole wave of the 1982s for I think it was like $80 or something. They had a big sale. And but I think right now you can buy all but the vehicle drivers. It don't count the vehicle drivers. It's just the Joes, not the Cobras of the vehicle drivers. You can get all them for like $108. And
yes, right.
If you bought them individually, it'd be around $130. So I mean, the more you buy, the bigger deal you get. But they usually run in some kind of special on there every time. So
Beggars Canyon Toys, all one word.com. There you go. Thank you, Shane. Yep. Great minds think alike.
That's what they say.
But yeah, they are pretty cool. I like them. To me, like I said, it looks just like the real deal. I mean,
yeah, awesome.
So if you're wanting to just display them, I mean, it's perfect.
Yeah, that's what I want them for, is just to make that display I told you guys about, because it's just some of this stuff they're brittle. I mean, in some cases they're just brittle. What are you going to do with them? And geez, some of this stuff you don't even want to pick it up to dust it. So I mean, I think it's a cool way of displaying them. Keeps them safe.
Better than my airtight fishing tackle boxes. I have them all hid away in right now.
Yeah. Yep.
But yeah, I do want to get
more space, but still, it's okay.
Like I said, I do want to get one of the hard acrylic cases to display them in, which you can get those off eBay for. I think I found one for like $22 and free shipping. So I mean, you figure $11 for the card, $22 for the case. You got $33 in it, but you're protecting a $100 figure.
Exactly.
Most of those 80-piece figures in mint condition, complete or running, are going to be $50 or more.
Now, you can buy the plastic cases for them too. That are just the plastic, and they got the hanger on them.
The star cases. Yeah. And that's what I'm going to do with the the swivel arm ones. I eventually want to do, like I said, get all the swivel arms, and then the 83 and 84 and all those. I'm just going to put those in like those star cases, because you can buy them $1 a piece or something if you buy them in bulk. But I just wanted these because I'm going to keep my straight arms in the house, and I want to display them up there in the bedroom if Nancy will let me. I'd probably have to take her to Cheesecake Factory or something.
We've not seen a shoe fly by yet, so.
But anyway, yeah, I thought I'd share that because I know there's probably a lot of guys that are into the vintage Joes that would be interested in that, or maybe have. Like I said, it's when you read the directions and it talks about all, it sounds real tedious, and it's kind of, like I said, I was a nervous wreck doing that first one, but after I done the first one, I kind of, settled down. I thought, I know what I'm doing now, and it wasn't so bad. So it's not as hard as it looks. It does. You just do have to take your time.
Right.
And fighting with that double-sided tape, the hardest part.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'd get it with the tweezers, and I'd cut off the part that had my fingerprint, and I'd try to. But it wanted to stick to the tweezers, so it's like, okay.
Nice.
Anyway, I'll let somebody else go now. Nancy's tapping her watch. You pass time. She does me that way at church, too.
All right. Who wants to go next?
I don't really have a whole lot because, let's face it, the toy aisles are bare. Absolutely bare.
Yeah, they are. Everything.
All I've got is just something I wanted to get everyone's opinion on, and we'll just add it here and let everyone talk about what they think about it. The Shadow Tracker. Apparently, this has been bought by Revenge of the Nerd, and of course, you see this wolf spider there.
Yeah,
couldn't find a really good picture of him to talk about. But what is y'all's opinion on this? Just the box art.
Looks like a Energon down there at the.
Oh yeah.
Down there at the bottom of his feet.
One of the first things I noticed was the Energon.
Yeah.
And the pyramid.
What is that?
Is that a trouble bubble above the pyramid?
That was another thing I was going to point out. To me, it looks like a skydiver.
Oh yeah, okay.
It does, doesn't it? Like, yeah.
If you look at it from here,
is that ripcord?
A skydiver. Then you're getting closer and closer, and I really can't tell.
Boy, it looks like one, don't it?
It looks like his back's to you.
Yeah. You can see his head here.
Yeah.
You see my pointer there?
Oh, okay, yeah.
You can kind of see the head, and then the backpack, and then his feet in the back, and his arms out. And then
I wonder if that's the ripcord coming with the.
That's what I was wondering. Also.
Well, I'm gonna point out one thing. It's not gonna matter because he's probably dead. Because if he's waited that long before he shoots, He's not
Yeah,
gonna make it.
That's kind of extreme even for a Halo jumper.
Yeah, that's the first and last appearance of Pancake.
Yeah.
That was Sergeant Splat.
One thing I noticed was the mask, the yellow mask. It just, to me, it looks really weird, man.
Like it's supposed to be
heavily
translucent.
influenced. It's heavily influenced by the Predators. From the
That's
Predator
what I was thinking also.
Yeah.
You can kind of see like his mouth through the mask, the nose, and whatnot, but it's just kind of.
I got the 25th version of that. The 25th anniversary.
Also.
If his mask was glow in the dark, that'd be cool.
It would be kind of cool.
Yeah,
that would.
And then he comes with, of course, some kind of wolf head here. It looks like skull. So apparently they are removable masks.
I'll pick one up if I see it at Ollie's.
Well, has it been determined yet that I keep hearing that this is a Walmart exclusive?
Yes, that's what I've been told too.
That's what I heard. So.
Which means
all Night Horse and these Energon kind of things is going to be a Walmart exclusives.
So is it everything with a pyramid on the package?
I reckon so.
It's got something to do with the Transformers tie-in.
Yeah, from what I've been reading, yes.
Yeah.
That Energon thing's going to take over. I read an article about that. The new upcoming Cobra Commander series and the new Duke series. The Cobra Commander series is almost going to be like a horror comic. And the Duke series is going to be very, military, but they're all going to be based upon the mix of the Energon thing with the Transformers and all that stuff. So we're going to lose the single Joe-verse, I think, pretty much.
Yeah, I'm afraid. Yeah, I agree. I think you're right there, Rick. And that's what's concerning me. I think they're banking heavy on this mix and match thing with the Transformers.
I agree.
I don't know, man. I just don't know. That's this whole storytelling thing. Emily's been on that kick for the last, 8 or 10 months. Storytelling. And I think that has a lot to do with Skybound and the comic license and everything else. They're pushing a completely different route. I read a synopsis of the Duke comic, which is basically Duke is almost killed by a fighter jet that turns into a robot. And then they were kind of sort of leading to maybe Duke has a bit of an obsession with the Transformers, a vengeful obsession. So I hadn't read anything yet on the Cobra Commander book, but I don't know.
I read a thing from the writer, and he's saying it's going to be really like a horror kind of thing with the real dark side of the Commander and how he rose to power and all that kind of stuff. So
right.
And he's harvesting the Energon after something, trying to gather it up for Cobra. I don't know. So I meant to share that weapons, right? It was a good read. It showed up in my Google thing, and I'm like, I meant to share it to the group to y'all need to read this because it's pretty interesting. But it was an interview with the writers of these new comics.
Right.
So
yeah, we definitely they are doing what I suspected. They're giving Larry Hama 10, 12 issues to end the Marvel run once and for all for issue 301 forward, because I had heard that he has basically a limited contract with Skybound, X number of issues, and that's it. So this Duke Cobra Commander one-shots this alternate timeline, this new timeline, as it were, which will be what goes forward. So
they're going to be like origin movies when they come out with movies. They do the origin movies to set the stage. So you have the two main commanders leading their troops. So
Yep.
I make Cobra Commander more what a Cobra Commander would actually be, really dark, sadistic,
psychopath.
Yeah, something that what was that? Resolute actually touched on a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, that cartoon had just potential like crazy.
Yep.
Huh?
Yep.
That was an excellent movie, I thought.
Oh yeah.
I wonder, looking at that translucent mask on that box art, though, I wonder if that's not supposed to be somehow tied to Energon, some type of alien technology, camouflaging technology, something. It's a little strange. That translucent's a little weird.
Yeah.
Weird looking. It doesn't match the box art, that's right next to it. The
No.
artist rendition. It looks like an owl mask. It looks like a coat of owl mask.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess it'll be interesting. I know nothing about the character at all. I think I saw him one other time, just in passing, before they announced that they were doing the classified figure. So I just don't know. Would I get one? I don't know yet.
He was only released with the 25th anniversary, correct?
I think so.
That when he
Is it
released
25th or 50th, John?
I think it was in between at the Pursuit of
35th
Cobra.
something like. I have one of them.
I think you might be right. Yeah.
You had the Rise of Cobra when the movie come out, and then it run for 2 years, and then they come out with what was called Pursuit of Cobra, and that ran until the 50th come out. And I think he was in the what I just say, Pursuit of Cobra. I think that was.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I think you're right on that.
Maybe.
Yeah.
If I remember right, but yeah.
I think you might be right. Yep.
All these Joes. We just got too many Joes. We need to stop collecting these things.
Nice. Yeah, I don't know. It's another one of those things. I really want to see the figure.
Yeah.
I just do.
I mean, I'll get one because I'm a completist, but
if it's Walmart exclusive,
and I'm all for the vintage stuff and the earlier the stuff up in the 80s and all that, but I wouldn't mind seeing. I don't know if you guys remember when they kind of went to the direct to customer there for a short time right before the 25th, and so that's when they put out the O-ring low light and Falcon and some of the others where you got them directly from Hasbro. But there was one character called Major Barrage, and he was tall. He was actually he was an O-ring, but he was like 4 inches tall. And he was like a big guy. And I think he would make a good 6-inch figure. Maybe make him a little taller, sort of like Sergeant Slaughter.
Yep.
But I mean, if I had my druthers, I'd rather them finish the older stuff first. But I understand because they're trying to appeal to all the different generations and to try to get all the younger people in too. So I ain't got a problem with that. I mean, if it brings them in, they buy and keep the line going. I'm good with that.
Yeah, as long as the line keeps going.
Yep.
Yeah. Like I said that before. That's my only concern.
Yeah.
Is I'd really really like to see that original 13 done. But like I said, it's okay if you want to piecemeal it. That's okay as long as the line keeps going.
Yep.
I'm just worried, like we talked about, that they're gonna end up throwing too much at everybody, and it's gonna cause people to just quit.
Well, I know that. Yeah.
I've seen a lot of people talking about just quitting the line altogether because it's getting just too much.
Yeah.
It's just discouraging. Last year we was all talking about how we was upset because we wasn't getting enough.
Yeah. And I knew.
Yeah,
it's the same people
was complaining about that. Yeah. I knew that's what was going to happen because that's the way they always do. And I kept telling them, I said, just wait. They're going to, and sure enough, here they come. Now it's like every time you turn around, getting hit pre-orders or something coming out, and they do this over and over.
Yeah.
Except now you got them whining that I shouldn't have sold my Duke, and now I got to pay $50 for a Duke. And Don't you watch John on YouTube? He told you.
Right.
Yeah.
It was before he shaved. He looks sincere.
Right. Yeah, right. You lost all credibility now. He's gonna have a fake mustache or something next week. At least you watch. He's never gonna do this again.
He'll come in here again.
Tom Selleck.
You snidely
get you a Hawaii shirt and get you with a big Tom Selleck mustache.
Nice.
I just don't think I'd look right with just a mustache. I don't know. Some people pull it off. I just don't think I'm one of those people.
Well, if you do, you can change the intro to Bow Chicka Wow Wow.
Yeah.
Damn, y'all missed me, haven't you? Sorry.
Yeah, I agree with Mike on this one. This is my gripe. Hasbro doesn't have any control over my finances, right? It just doesn't. It doesn't have any control over when they've actually received this product from Asia. They do have control over when they're releasing it. This is like, I swear, guys, I was sitting here thinking about this the other day. This is almost like they're trying to pad their end of the year numbers or something. They're dumping a tremendous lot of product on collectors just before Christmas. And everything's been running early, extremely early.
Oh, yeah.
That hasn't helped the case, because I've sitting here kicking myself for a week going, oh, man, I really should have been more selective about my pre-orders. And then you see the Trouble Bubbles is 6 weeks early, and they're going, well, that would have blown that plan all to pieces, because, it's like I canceled pre-orders that I couldn't pay for anyways. So I went from mad to discouraged, because now it's just like I'm going to be stuck paying secondary market prices on this stuff. And I didn't even have a chance, kidding myself or not, I didn't even have a chance at actually being able to afford these. Like I said, my pre-orders are at $1,200 in 4 months just before Christmas. And it's just like, I can't in good conscience do that.
Yep.
But I swear they're trying to pad the numbers or something, because this is a ton of product. And 50% of them are Army builders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
well, the good thing is, if you can find them at Walmart will be having their layaway back pretty soon.
Yeah, well, we'll find them. We'll find them January 1st.
Exactly.
They will show up at January 1st at Walmart, and all of the cards will be bent over completely, and most of the accessories will be missing. And they'll have Five Nights at Freddy's in the package, not actual G.I. Joe figures, or all the other stupid crap that goes on at Walmart, right? I mean, it's just. I don't know.
Walmart now, people are getting stuff like that from Amazon.
Amazon sticking stickers right on the cards is what's driving everybody nuts.
Yeah, I saw where a guy got a Hulk Hogan the other day in a Arctic bat.
I saw that too. I still wonder, though. I wonder how much of that's really happening, or people just doing that to get attention.
I was going to say, unless they're doing a video of them opening that box rather than, I don't believe them. I think they. I'm going to take the side of nope.
I haven't seen it, but that's
Well, exactly. I have seen figure swaps before.
It
wasn't in a G.I. Joe pack, but it was a He-Man Masters verse figure.
I don't get them saying they're getting them from Amazon like that.
Yeah, that's
because as many bargain bin places they are, that tells me Amazon does not restock anything that gets returned. They just
exactly right.
Okay.
So I don't believe they're getting them from Amazon being swapped, unless the employees are doing it there in the warehouse.
Yeah,
there was somebody posted in a Joe group like last week. Then they said they got something from Hasbro Pulse that was fig swapped. Really?
Yeah.
I find that highly unlikely.
Now I wish I could get my complete figures from these figures. I bought an Iron Man version 2, the classic one, and then of course the antenna's missing from the shoulder.
I saw that.
Let's hear it for those see-through packages, right?
Yeah, right. Wasn't this supposed to be changed back? And all the figures was still seeing these closed boxes. I don't when it gets changed over again.
Well, it just tells you how far back we're getting backlog, because they've already produced all this, so they got to send all that out and start making new ones. So
exactly.
Well, they did announce that they were going back to the packaging. It wasn't going to be a full package, but there would be a window.
Yeah,
I thought they'd showed some. Maybe it was Marvel Legends they showed that were a wave that was coming out with a window packaging.
Yeah, those the Infinity line.
That's right. So. Yeah, the Infinity line's like that. That's right. But they look like
Shane and I was talking about, I wish they would do like NECA does and give you the flat.
Yeah, exactly.
Whole thing inside and flat.
Yeah.
I love the art.
Yeah.
Guys like Shane that collect the art. This is freaking awesome.
Yeah.
But give me a flat, you know,
Yeah.
and they're going to cost that much more. As much as they keep going up on these figures, surely they can, you know,
Yeah, exactly.
do it. So,
Yeah, exactly.
I'll tell you where they could save money is quit putting all them darn little ties or plastic straps on them. They're already molded to fit in there, and they're not going
prevention.
nowhere. The McFarlanes kill me. They put them little clear plastic things on them.
Yep.
And you can't hardly get them out.
No, theft prevention.
I guess so.
Yeah.
I had that Sinestro Core Batman. You know, I picked one of those up the other day, and when I was trying to get him out, he popped right in half. Fortunately, it popped right back together. But I thought I broke him at first. I thought, gosh.
I got a few McFarlane figures yesterday for my birthday, so one of them's gonna be fun to unpack. So.
Nice. What do you got? What do you got, Rick? What do you want to talk about?
I got everything, man. I got everything. I got everything. I got troubles. What I got in the form of a bubble. Rubber bubble. These things are awesome, man. If you slip on this, you're gonna regret it. Okay, and I understand. Right. Stuff.
Look at Dave over here.
Sorry, man. Of course, honestly,
I had them pre-ordered.
The only negative thing I see is this side, the right side of it. People are having, it won't go down like the left. The left goes all the way flush down. Other than that, luckily they have seat belts now. That's important. Safety first. OSHA must have to talk with them. But the little missiles, the one on the right, John's at the right side for you too.
It's the one on the left. The one on the left side. If you're sitting in it, it's on the left side. That's real loose.
Okay. Well, we got the opposites. Maybe we need to swap. All right. They killed this, man. This is freaking awesome. I mean, it's. I don't know how much more you could have wanted for it. The size, the figure fits in there perfectly. Everything from the little extra details on the jet engines. You got the missiles, just like the classic. You've got the directional loop fins on the bottom. It sits very flush on anything you set it on. I mean, the figure comes in and out pretty easily. I'm not going to take it out because maybe I'm lying. Maybe I'm not. But it comes with alternate heads. You see this? That's a head. I really dig that. It's like, you know, real modern closed up version. Kind of reminds me of the one they did with I think the 50th anniversary sci-fi, the 25th, 5-inch or 4-inch ones. Yeah. They gave him a closed mass one that he didn't have before. And that was awesome. And we got another ethnic head to go with it. Which is accompanied by the fact you'll notice that the Televiper sleeves are black. So however you please, you know. And it comes with a backpack that is a little bit more sculpted and everything, but it is a perfect rendition of the OG backpack.
Nice.
Of course, there is a spot in the, I guess, barrel maybe, and where you can stick some flame effects or something like that. Or I'm going to dig out one of my Marvel Legends like sound effect things and see if I can get it to work with it. Because wouldn't that be what this is?
It's a sound gun, right? Yeah.
But what's funny though, and I meant to look for it before the show, and I totally got sidetracked. Had a very long date today, and you know, ladies got to have their place. This little mind looks like it would go with the OG, which the OG is twice this size or bigger. Because if y'all remember the OG, they had a little spot back here, which fit in the peg that went in the seat. Right. And it fit, and I guess you could send a whole fleet of them up and pretty much have a minefield in the air, which would be very anti-aircraft, I guess you could say. Yeah. But,
can you show the front of that again, Rick? The trouble bubble, the front of it, the very front.
The front? These?
Yeah. Yeah. See there. That's what I like. They got like little gray vents.
Oh,
You
yeah.
remember the vintage just had holes there, and it
Yeah,
looked like
exactly.
something's supposed to fit on it.
Look,
That always drove me crazy about the old ones.
you just gonna make me do this, ain't you, John? You just gonna make
What's
me.
that? But
Look at the detail inside.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
Well, he does come out easy.
Well,
So he wasn't lying.
It's Cobra. They retreat pretty well.
So on the front of that, Rick,
What?
on the front of the trouble bubble, down towards the bottom
Uh-huh.
of the handle, there looks like a hole. Is that a hole right there? No, I
hole?
see it. It looked like a hole, but I see what it is now. It's a little black dot in front of the gun.
Yeah, that's a little.
Probably some sort of targeting system.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not a big fan. I'm not a big fan of how they decided to hook this on because I don't know, it just looks a little, but it gives it more maneuverability and everything. But I don't think they cut a lot of corners for this for no more than what it was either. So I mean, I'm impressed. I'm extremely happy with this. Look, jet engines. Yeah. Now I had to, of course, I had to get two. Everybody say that this is the box art. That's pretty much what you get. Tail Viper, all the accessories you get the missiles and stuff. And I don't know how you get that cover off that little mine because I ain't quite figured that out yet. I don't know how this shows up here, but this is an excellent toy, guys. This is just, it sucks to be Dave because this is sorry, my brother, but this just sucks that you missed out on this because this is excellent. And
I ain't missed out yet.
This aftermarket, the aftermarket thing is going to be incredible.
They are exclusives, aren't they?
Oh yeah,
79.
Yeah, those were Pulse exclusives.
I got a feeling they'll have more of them up online later.
I think on the 22nd they might go up again.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And another
you're up for sale just in case. So it's all right.
In other Joe news, we got this guy.
Yep.
Somebody else you don't want to sleep on. I already know that Walmart has crawled people's skin over this.
Yeah.
And including myself, brother from the group, hooked me up, and we will be diligent in repayment for that and doing this. But this guy, I mean, it comes with the grenade launcher. Up until 5 minutes ago, I could have told you exactly the specs on this grenade launcher. It also comes with, if I can get it in front of there, a rifle.
Nice.
It has bullets in case you want to actually shoot it.
It's ribbon fed.
And he also comes with this new trend of putting schmogs with all these troopers. I don't know why, but yeah, what's what they do. Even comes with a sai, in case he wants to play ninja with find some chick. If he finds some pizza in New York or something and wants to find some.
That's for cooking chicken over his fire or rabbit.
There you go.
Now on the back of the backpack, there's a little peg for
cool.
We'll call it an assault tomahawk.
There you go.
Yep. But it's pretty cool. See, it even catches a light on the edge. It's very premium, very deadly because these guys are deadly. I had time to get it in front of my camera and everything else. So I know I did this picture.
Good job.
A little, I've only got one, so I did that, and he just makes a good picture, I think. I didn't use the grenade launcher because what few I've seen done, everybody used grenade launcher, and y'all know how I am about being different. But it's just an excellent figure. I'm just very impressed with it and everything else, and couldn't recommend it I couldn't recommend it more because just don't sleep on.
That picture just makes him just look even badder, if you will.
Yeah, it's great color choices. Yeah.
Well, in the movies, all the really tough guys, you always catch them walking away from fire. So there you go.
Right.
Fires that they normally create.
Yeah. No range vipers were harmed in the making of this picture. So,
but possibly a ramshackle on fire in the background.
So,
there you go.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Now, on the back, it shows the accessories it has, and it had them all. Surprise, surprise. And I know a lot of people freak out over this freaking helmet, but I have always thought that it was some sort of cooling system because it's hooked up to the backpack, and his helmet's contained all. So you got that horror aspect of it to scare and terrify people and everything else. And if you're thinking about that, if that's flushing fluid through there, that's going to keep his head and all that kind of stuff cool and all that. If he's off in those crazy places by himself. It's a little modernized from the old one. I should have went out and grabbed the old one because I've got every version of this because I always liked it simply because of the face sculpt. But yeah, this is the box art's incredible. I'm going to miss the box art when they go back to the page. I hope they do. And it's number 76 in the line. Hard to believe we're already up to these freaking high numbers like this.
Yeah.
But yesterday was my birthday. What? Yeah, whoever that is. Yeah, you're very, very, very right. That's
Michael Price.
I got Robin for my birthday.
Nice. Saw him yesterday. It's a good figure.
My daughter threw me a pate, so this was one of the gifts I received.
Yep.
And personally, I wished he was shorter. But he looks like a good figure, and like John said, I'll have the fun of digging him out of this box here soon. But yeah, I was happy to get this. And I got this. Can you see that?
Oh, there you go.
Gunslinger spawn with a horse, which I'm going to use the horse for my Nick of Phantom figure. So, but this figure doesn't seem to sit on it right.
Does it?
Guns, got a minigun, all that kind of stuff. So, all look really, really good. And of course, with McFarlane, you got to love the art that's always accompanied by these figures.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I mean, so
that's where he started.
So all in all, it was a good birthday, the toys and all the other kind of stuff, and getting these in the mail was freaking awesome and everything. I thought Snow Job was coming. I got charged for Snow Job. I was thinking opening it in the same box. Do what?
This week, right?
Yeah.
So, but so far everything's complete. Because I did pick this up recently. You notice anything we're missing from this figure?
No,
there's a hole there. I'm not having any luck with these closed boxes and getting all these little bitty pieces.
You sure you didn't drop it in the carpet again?
No, not this time. I found the antidote and I survived. But, so I literally, my big, well, it was 300 pounds, 6'6" butt was crawling around the floor, a little magnifying glass looking for this little antenna. I'm going digging through trash, going, did it fall in the trash? And I'm like, no, it's irritating. It's just irritating. It's one of those
Where
things.
did you get it at?
I got it at GameStop. It had not been opened or anything like that. So, it's like, plus it's like $27 something. So these are a little bit more. Yeah. Just the white box Marvel Legends. I'm like,
But they GameStop's got a strict return policy, don't they?
Yeah, well, it's the only one. I ain't seen another one since. I saw one and didn't get it that day because I got paid next day. Came back next day, it was gone. So about 4 days later, another one showed up. I'm like, gotta get it. And so I've kind of kept an eye on it, and then you opened it.
Yeah, you should have email Hasbro. Go to Pulse and email them and tell them, and they may send you a replacement, or you may get something totally different.
Exactly. Yeah. I've got Star Wars figures from like way back because a Mando figure was wrong or something. I don't remember what it was, but they sent me a Adat Walker figure. So it's like, I got 4 of these already. I didn't need this. So that's about all I got, really. Just I've been.
Well, you got to talk about this.
What's that? Oh yeah. Okay. This is my new photography project. It's going to be a calendar. Hopefully, I'll have it all ready and stuff and up for purchase in 2024. 5. What year is it? 4. Yeah, 24. And I'm old. So, each month will feature a G.I. Joe or Cobra character with a probably close to an iconic weapon with the stats of that weapon in real time. So Snake Eyes is known, especially for using the Uzi. So and I just thought it'd be a good idea to do this, and I'm seeing an arrow there. So
yeah, I see it too.
But yeah, it's so I have to do. I do all this myself. I do the pictures. I do all the editing, the create shifts and stuff. So, but hopefully in time for Christmas, I'll have these able to do and everything. So if anybody wants one and all that kind of stuff, probably do a 13-month calendar. May do a special cover and everything else. It just kind of depends on crunch time because October's real big for my cosplaying and all that kind of stuff. So it's really going to give me rest of this month and November to get it done. So it's crunch time. And these do take a little bit of time to do. The pictures are simple and all that kind of stuff, but doing the stats, pulling the stats, trying to create the little desktop file folder thing, trying to make it look a little different for each one. It takes a little bit of time, but labor of love, I guess you could say. So, but yeah, it's gonna be really featuring the gun, just accompanied by the G.I. Joe or Cobra that's most noted for carrying that, like the Maul Deuce with Roadblock and all that kind of stuff. So I'm really kind of on the fence about putting a minigun with rock and roll. What do y'all think about that?
Oh,
well, version 2, he did total minigun, 2 of them actually.
Well, yeah, true. He got them dual
minigun.
Yeah, but
Right,
you know what? If I was gonna do V2 rock and roll, I would take that Winchester Model 94 lever gun that he had over those imaginary handheld miniguns.
Yeah. Well, the version we got in classified. Everything's going to be classified figures.
Yeah.
All the figures will be classified.
I mean, the M60, the pig is iconic. I mean,
well, that's true, and I guess that'd be kind of fitting because he was kind of the original, and then
he's a 60 gunner. I mean, it's
probably needs to. Like I said, I just wanted because he's a heavy machine gunner, so like a minigun. Maybe he wants to shoot some predators or something. or the other guy we was looking at thinks he's a predator. What was he? Dark Scout or something like that? We was just looking at the Shane's Road. Yeah, maybe he's hunting him. He ain't got time to bleed now. Come on, he ain't got no time to bleed. So, but yeah, he can be painless too. Hey, not just Jesse Ventura. But anyways, this is my project and everything else. At some point in time, there'll be a page with heavily dedicated to the toy mercs here of Alabama because this is an awesome freaking group and they need some creds. So having a calendar to remind you of that. What I'd like to know, Shane, is we need to look and find the anniversary of this group.
Oh, okay.
It'll be in that month. I'd like to put it in that month and all that kind of stuff. So, and just to let you know and all that kind of stuff, if I can get a good, strong portrait pictures of y'all, I would do a kind of a G.I. Joe version comic book with y'all's heads in the corner like the old Marvel comics used to be. Y'all remember that? Yeah. But I need a good quality picture of just you straight on looking at the camera to do that. So it'd be like, I don't know. I promise I won't make you like the Three Stooges. I promise. It's gonna be hard.
Really hard.
Yeah.
I absolutely love that, man.
Nice.
So, but yeah, that's what's going on. That's what's going on with me. I don't know if this will play. Let me try to do something really quick. really quick, just so a little shout out to one of the brothers that we have in the group that I tried to find. So I don't know if it will do or not.
Hang on a second, Rick. Give me just 1 second.
Here. Looking for that Jaws truck from the movie for Timothy. And I've looked at Walmart already. So I'm here at Target. Not seeing anything close to it. Yeah. Well, wait a minute. I just found something close to that Jaws. Oh no!
It looks like he's done eating a McFarlane toy because it's got the strap in his mouth.
I like the way you're whispering so no one hears you playing with the shark and the toy.
Exactly. There's a whole lot of people around me. Like they're all looking like me. He's too big to say something to. This guy's the size of a linebacker. I ain't seen anything. But Timothy, if you watch it, brother, man, we own it. I got Hot Wheel Bros on it for you. And those guys are like addictive. They're like zealots.
Oh boy, aren't they?
Yeah.
Wow.
Somebody's gonna find them, man. They're gonna find them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you. I'll tell you a story about. We think action figure collectors are bad. You ain't seen nothing like the Hot Wheels people.
Oh, those guys.
When they built that super center over in Fort Payne, Alabama, I got off work. For some reason I worked night shift, and I got off, drove over there to their grand opening, and down on the food side, they had it roped off on both sides of the store, but they were having a ceremony down there on the food side, cutting the ribbon and all that. But all the people were over on the other side. And there were like a ton of us over there because, I was going to see, hey, maybe I can find something good in the toy aisle. And they were over there, and this is no joke. When the ceremony was over, they dropped the rope, and people ran. And I'm telling you, they was this 80-something-year-old man that was there. He outrun all of us. No joke. When you talking about spry, he outrun all of us, and they all run over the Hot Wheels section. I went over, and I was the only one on the action figure aisle. All those people down on that end.
Yeah.
And they had a F-150 pickup sitting in the main aisle with a bed full of Hot Wheels, and there was people crawling all over that truck.
Wow.
I couldn't believe. I mean, seriously, when they dropped that rope, it looked like Speedy Gonzalez. It was smoke. And I thought, oh my gosh, they're going to get all the good action figures. And I was trying to stay caught up with them. And I got over there, none of them was even on the action figure aisle. They were all at the Hot Wheels. So,
worse than $50 TVs at Walmart.
Yeah, exactly. Wow. No, I've seen those Hot Wheels guys do some crazy stuff. And they're the first ones to get in fights with store employees, too. The first ones to get in the fight.
I did retail management for a lot of years. I had guys say, dude, if you'll call me when you get a box of these in, I'll give you $100 out of the pocket right there. Just call me first. Let me open the box. I'm like, it's just not, I'm a collector and that ain't fair. Sorry. They hated me. God hated me. So, I don't collect Hot Wheels, but still a collector of non-adultish things. You're a grown man, yes. And I buy my own stuff.
Oh man. All right. That's enough of that showing off that trouble bubble junk. Jerk. Friggin' Hasbro should be ashamed of itself for putting that abysmal piece of trash out and trying to sell that to kiddos.
Jealousy looks real good on you, Dave.
Something's got to, with all this going on, something's got to look good on it.
Like in the chat, we're done with this happy post stuff.
Didn't we go through this with the Crimson Guard? Who was it that was named the Crimson Guard and the other was sitting there and kept waving it around
Oh, some jerk. He doesn't even work here anymore. What are you talking about? Pretty sure he retired. I don't know.
He had health issues months ago and barely survived or something. Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds familiar. Yeah, that sounds familiar. All right, what am I going to do? What the heck am I going to do? Oh, yeah, you know what? This finally showed up.
Yeah.
Minty fresh. I have to tell you, this card's actually perfect, which is surprising. Not because, of Pulse, because this one came from Pulse, not Walmart. But the weight on this figure was ridiculous because when it finally shipped, I went back and looked. This thing was ordered in early March, and it didn't show up in July. So, but you know what? This one is actually worth it. I'm pretty pleased with this one. It's a nice figure.
I got mine in a bubble wrap envelope.
The stealth version.
It's still, it's the stealth version. I open up these. I like the art, so I'm opening up the bottom, slide them out.
There you go.
And then slide it back in.
Yep.
I think Robo from Swoosh Weekly said to do that. That worked pretty good. So.
Yep.
The stealth snake eyes, sort of like Ben Kingsley as the Mandarin. You'll never.
At first, I thought it was John Cena.
Yeah, right.
It was actually it's Drax, and he's very, very steel.
Oh yeah.
It's a good figure. I'm actually happy with that one. The most discouraging thing is when you go to Walmart, they've changed all the tags on the pegs. So the Gung Hos, the Baronesses, and the Lady Jays are all sitting in the Crimson Guard and Snake Eyes retro carded slots.
Yep.
By the dozens. So
and Destros too, mine.
And at this point, there's no shelf space for box figures. So when the Range Vipers and the Mole Rats and the other Walmart exclusives do show up, I'm not convinced they're going to be anywhere near where they're supposed to be. I'm hoping, guys, for a huge Christmas rush and all of this stuff shows up and we're able to get it without any problems, even at Walmart. If season...
They'll dedicate more space to the toys, and hopefully they'll utilize that for some of these.
Yeah, I'm trying to be positive about it.
They're already cleaning the toys out at my local Walmarts right now.
They went through a big old clearance binge. Yeah.
I still have not figured out why. Like I said, that about 3-4 weeks ago now, when I went into Walmart, the Gadsden Walmart, they had a bunch of stuff on clearance. And then when I went back next time, they took it back off clearance, put it back at regular price.
I
don't understand that.
See, our clearance stuff just disappeared. They didn't sell it. It's just gone. Yeah. We went to 2 different Walmarts just the other day. Last weekend, actually. Gone. The clearance, the stuff that was on clearance didn't sell. It's just gone. It's not in the store anymore.
That's what I couldn't figure out. If it didn't sell at regular price and they put it on clearance, why would they put it back?
That doesn't make any sense. I don't. And
I've never seen them do that before. I've never seen them put some on clearance and then turn around. And it wasn't one thing. It was Transformers. It was the Dungeons and Dragons figures. It was what else was it? Some of that McFarlane. Well, the Vampire Superman and the Captain Atom.
Yeah.
And next time I go back, they're back up to 1998 or whatever the retail is.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Hasbro told them there's going to be a delay and they had to put it back on the shelves so they'd have something on the shelves. I don't know. I don't know. There's been some strange stuff in the toy aisles of these last 2 years.
Well, maybe they'll just skip Walmart and head right to Ollie's.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, exactly.
They're getting their stock from somewhere.
We were talking about that earlier. If you Star Wars collector Black Series, go to Ollie's.
Oh, it's huge.
They got plenty of Black Series stuff right now.
Huge stuff.
Yep. They got a lot of Marvel Legends too, but it was lines that really did not sell. They warmed themselves.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of the Captain America with Falcon
Mhm.
was Captain America, a lot of that stuff.
Well, everybody wants them already's got them. I mean, I've already got the line. I've had it a year or so, man.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So
that boat was late. I seen that.
I hit this one, and I thought I had a shot to buy one through the Equal with the McFarlane site. Didn't get my chance, but I found this one at GameStop. Yeah, the classic Riddler. I'm very happy with this because I honestly didn't think I was going to find this figure. Just hit it just right. The guy said, "Oh man," he goes, "We just put those out this morning." And it's like, "Yep, it's gone though." So I was really happy to find that because I knew that one. This is going to be one of those ones, I think, anyways. That's going to be hard to come by. So, and it's a good figure too.
It was on the shelf next to Robin at my GameStop.
Yep. I saw the Robin too. I saw the Robin, and I thought about it, but I could do one or the other, and I had to have this Riddler.
Oh yeah, it's a good looking figure.
It's a good figure. He's this is very much so like he's got the Superpowers license too. So a lot of the stuff he's doing is kind of Superpower reminiscent because this was the repainted Hal Jordan Green Lantern that they did for the South American Superpowers line. That's what this reminds me of. But it's a cool figure. The paint on it's all tight and right and everything else, which is they did a good job on this one. I'm happy with this one. On to that's it, guys. That's my total take. I was able to actually get another snow job reordered, which I'm very happy with. I'm hoping to have mine this week too, because they did come back off sold out. And you guys are gonna, if you're missing anything, seriously, pay attention to Pulse. Pay attention to Pulse at about 10 a.m. our time, because stuff is popping in and out of sold out. So maybe Trouble Bubbles, maybe Valkyrie sets, maybe Range Viper. I don't know. I think everybody's right when they say that some of this stuff is going to come off of sold out on the 22nd with PulseCon. And Pulse members are going to get the first shot at it, like it or not. So keep that in mind.
So is the Valkyrie sold out now?
Oh yeah, the Valkyrie's been sold out for a while.
Because every time I looked, they were up there.
Yeah, they were too. I know, and now they're not. So,
I bet they'll put more up on the 22nd.
I think so. I
haven't even looked today. I got to try to start looking every day.
I've been checking it.
When I'm working, I get busy and I forget about it. So.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know. I hear you. Let's talk about. Leave me up just long enough to show this, Shane, and then go back to the four-way. This was discussed a while ago, right? May, June. We went to June, right, guys? June. These were prints. Larry Hama did this artwork for the After Action Report, Volume 3. So the guys at After Action were kind enough. They gave me 3 of these prints. Okay. I had 2 of them signed, and one of them I have is unsigned, which, it's cool. This one, we had all decided that we were going to find something to do with this signed print as a giveaway, right? And to tell you the truth, go ahead, go four-way, Shane. To tell you the truth, we kind of gave up on thoughts, I think, because we kind of stopped talking about it. So then this idea popped up amongst us to try to do a toy drive, right, for some kids that are I think specifically, as it stands right now, Nancy and John, or probably just Nancy, will be contacting somebody with the state agency that handles kids in foster care. And, excuse me, that's why John shaved, because you shed into your own mouth if you, and it will drive you nuts. Anyways,
Yeah.
for those of you that don't shave yet, you'll know in a couple of years what that's
Yeah.
like. But anyway,
I don't miss the smell of lingering food that was always in my mustache. You know, 'cause after you eat something like wings or something, and then you smell it for like a day later. You know?
yeah, the flavor saver, right?
The way your wife cooks, I'd have no problem with that.
Yeah. 2 pieces of pizza stuck out of my each nostril. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a toy drive, guys. Members, to all of you, we're going to do a toy drive. And how this is going to work as it stands right now, we thought about trying to get some boxes set up for collection stations, like at some of the local shops and stuff. I have to tell you, I don't know as we have time to get that logistically figured out. And I'm not sure we need it, because the first year of anything is hard enough. So why don't we try to keep it simple, right, for this year, and get as much collected amongst ourselves as we can. There was a toss-up between trying to figure out some needy kids in a more rural area, because let's face it, we were in Target last year just before Christmas, and Jefferson County Sheriff's Department was in there. They were in there by the dozens, and they each had a kid, and each kid was spending, one kid said hey, like $400. Kids, the rural kids are not served on that level. That we know that. They're just not.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of going with like the Toys for Tots here in Jefferson County, that is just going to continue to serve kids that have got more exposure than the rural kids, I really wanted to try to focus on the kids in the outer counties, and was asked the question, and John and Nancy, all kidding aside, were kind enough to say that they would get in touch with a contact to see who needs what, ages, gender, all that stuff that you kind of need to be really effective with this. So that's what we're going to do. That print right there, for each $15 toy and up, you get one shot at a drawing to win that Larry Hama signed print. How's that? Make sense?
Uh-huh.
So that's how we're going to handle this. How we're going to do this logistically, it looks very much so like in the next week or so, we will figure out. And if you have suggestions, start a post in the group, right? And we can go from there. But we're going to try to do a get together late October, very early November, right? Where we can collect the toys and do a drawing. If we need to make other arrangements regionally to collect some toys, I think we might be able to pull that off too in the time that we have left, right?
Mm-hmm.
This shouldn't be too awful difficult. So we joke and we kid and we do our stuff about kids in the toy aisle and everything else. But the fact of the matter is, we are toy collectors. We are collecting an item that's meant for children. All right. We can debate that all we want. See, look, Rick's going to have a stroke.
But, I'm going to join you, Elizabeth.
Right. But I think we would be very well served to not only be known as toy collectors, but toy givers to kids that can't even begin to imagine some of the stuff that we have for collections. I mean, seriously, some of these kids are coming out of horrible abuse. Some of these kids are coming out of, situations that were just violent, drug-ridden, destitute, desperate, hopeless S-holes of a life, right? So we can give back. We can make a difference in a kid's life by doing this. That is my belief. and I will always believe that. So whether this is a success or not is 100% up to this group, and I know this group's got it in it. Right? There's 140 of us at this point in time, right? I mean, that's a lot of toys, guys. That's a lot of toys that could be come up with to change a lot of kids. So, as soon as, yes, thank you for that, Timothy, on the box of stuff. We are slowly but surely picking up stuff too.
Yes.
Don't, you know what? My wife picked up a couple of small little, kind of like book bag / lunchbox things the other day. Cheap, right? Don't forget about little incidentals like that, because I can tell you right now, after adopting my boys, they're my grandsons. They are my second daughter's boys, but they were still trapped in that system until we got them hauled out of that and went through the court system and blah 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 blah. I can tell you right now, I don't care how old you are, starting over to raise kids when you've already cleared out all of the stuff, right? We raised 4 daughters. We didn't have boys stuff laying around. There weren't any hand-me-downs. Incidental things like little lunch boxes, little water bottles that will cost you under $5 to completely supply one kid. It's not going to get you a drawing for a print, but it'll change your kids' winter. It'll change your kid's school year. And it'll help a parent feel better about sending their kid with a lunch. You know, it's dumb things like that. Start looking for things that can make a difference for a child, not necessarily just toys, but all kinds of stuff. I will make this strong suggestion. I'm looking at all of this. None of us have any fashion sense whatsoever. Don't try buying clothing for these kids.
What are you talking about?
Don't. Send cash. Don't buy clothes for these kids. You know, we don't need them getting beat up at school and everything else. You know,
Don't get no prettier than Shane. What are you talking about?
Looks. What can I say?
So, anyways, that's what we're going to do. We're going to make a real run at it too.
Can I say,
yep, absolutely.
Cash donations are good too, because then they can buy things.
Yes.
That the kids really need.
Yeah.
And they tell us
gift cards.
But they've had kids that they've had to take and place in the foster home, and they just have a little small garbage bag full of just, and that's all they have.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Book bags and stuff like that would be great for kids also.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because, you know, like John just said, a lot of them only have a garbage bag to tote around with them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Some of them were shopping bags. We heard those stories. Little ones that they'd come, you know, they might have a stuffed animal and a change of clothes. And they went into foster care that way.
And these kids, they ask for things that they need. Like Nancy just said, there was one kid last year up in the foster system that they asked for a laundry basket, just something to put their, you know, their dirty clothes. I mean, you wouldn't think of a kid asking for something like that.
Yeah, but they're coming from a different world.
Right, exactly, and they're more practical. They realize they need things more than they get things that they want. So
Yep. So let's it would be nice to be able to do the practical and the impractical, because it's Christmas, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Because if Christmas is anything for me specifically, it was ultimately practical and ultimately fantastical all at the same time. Right. So I think we can do both.
Yep.
I think we can do both. I think we can hit that very easily. So let's do that. How's that? We will try to get as much information as quickly as we can. But that's where we're going to do it. We will try to do a get together that is centrally located as possible. Okay. For you guys that are down in Mobile, it's not going to be that central. We just, you know, we appreciate your membership and stuff, but let's face it, for whatever reason, most of our membership is in Northern Alabama.
a lot
In
of
and
it.
around.
All the step
somewhere.
kids.
Yeah, up and around Huntsville. There's a handful of us down here, right in and around Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, but not a lot. So we're going to try to figure out how to keep it central, and we're going to have a get together, guys. We're going to have some food. We're going to have a meet and greet. We're going to, we're going to have a good time. So, and get stuff turned in and get stuff turned over so that it can get delivered. Shane just made a great point. If you're not comfortable with cash donations, I don't blame you one bit. Gift cards work just as well.
Right.
They're going to go to a caseworker, and no doubt some of us may be able to go on these shopping trips with these kids if we choose to, because I don't know if they're going to have caseworkers enough to do it, or however they want to handle it. I will leave that up to the caseworkers to decide what is or isn't appropriate with that, if that makes sense. I think that's probably safe. But you never know. We'll see how that plays out. But I do think that I don't think we can go any later than that second week in November.
Yeah.
Because stuff,
Sounds about right.
Everybody gets crazy around Thanksgiving, and all kinds of balls can get dropped after that between then and Christmas. Because let's face it, that is a short month. So let's plan on that. Okay.
We are getting a late start on this, but
Yep.
I got faith in our group.
Yeah, we ain't that late. Not for a relatively small group of guys that are motivated. Yeah, we ain't that late. We can do this in a weekend. The amount of time that we spend walking around in the stores, anyways, this is cakewalk. I mean, seriously. You could one of your toy expeditions could literally change a kid's life. Think about that.
Yep. I mean, I've been going every time I go and getting 2 or 3 little things here and there in the clearance aisle.
Yep.
It's not that hard.
It's not.
Nancy wanted me to remind everybody too not to forget the girls, because we tend to focus more on the boy toys.
No,
thank
you, Nancy, because that's right. Don't forget about the girls, because believe it or not, they're in foster care too.
Exactly.
Yeah, I was gonna have my granddaughter help me shop for that.
Yep.
Got 11-year-old granddaughter. She go.
Yep.
There you go, Pepe.
Yep.
Now here's an idea, and you guys can all independently do whatever you want to with this, or don't, whatever. If you think that you have an employer that would be interested in, some type of corporate donation or something like that, why not, right? Not going to hurt to ask. Don't jeopardize your job over it or anything like that. If there's any policies that say that stuff's forbidden, then of course honor that, right? But if you think you work for somebody that might be interested, hey, it ain't going to hurt. It ain't going to hurt one bit. And all of this is going to be, we're all up above board. We're 100% accountable to each other here. If you have any questions, you want to know, whatever you want to know, we'll give you all of that information. There isn't going to be, none of this is going to be secretive. There's no BS going on here. I am not going to end up with 5 or 6 trouble bubbles out of this. It's all above board. I'm sorry. I'm trying to lighten it up, but you get the idea. No, this is about changing some kids' lives, and doing something for foster parents, because I'm telling you, it ain't easy.
No.
My
mother does something for the kids in Franklin County, and she has a lot of kids asking for toothbrushes.
I know.
Combs.
Yep.
Little girls are asking for little makeup kits and stuff like that. That's good for them too.
Oh yeah.
So, I mean, just little things like that. Socks. You would not believe the kids that ask for socks.
Yeah,
and gloves.
Yeah.
Gloves. Gloves, boggins, stuff like that. They are asking for that stuff all the time.
Yeah. And I tell you, it's good if you got kids, because I mean, I like last year with Marshall. I mean, he turned 7 in December, but we took him and helped him pick stuff out, and it showed him that there are kids out there that's not as fortunate as he is.
Yeah, I know.
He realized that too. I mean, and he even talked about. He's even mentioned about doing it again this year, because that's something that sticks with kids, and it teaches them and it helps them be, you know how it is when you go to school, and those that are less fortunate tend to get bullied by those that the haves, and I think if people would do that with their children, then it might help them have a different perspective, so that they don't bully those kids, but they try to help them instead and be nicer to them. Things like, I mean, it's a trickle down. It affects a lot of different things when you do this, and involve kids in it, because it teaches them, like I said, it teaches them the value of, well, first it makes them appreciate what they do have when they see others.
Right.
It also teaches them to have compassion.
Yep.
For those that don't have.
It's better to give than receive.
Yep. Actually, you know what? Rick's guest appearance tonight was perfect timing, because I'm actually very happy he was able to, as one of the originals, to be here tonight when we're talking about this. I think that's a cool thing.
Y'all know I back this group, man. You guys are my brothers, and I got y'all's back every time.
No, I just, you and I had these conversations a while back about foster care and stuff and everything else. So I just think it's very fitting that you're here tonight, that we are actually going to announce this initiative, so to speak, and go. I'm going to just let you see it one more time. It's an awesome piece. These are really nice. It's Tommy, Snake Eyes, and Stalker. It's a really nice piece.
Who wrote all over it?
I know. Some guy.
Old guy, man.
Some weird Japanese guy at a comic shop.
Jeez.
I am going to go ahead and let him know that we are doing that with his print, because I think that will be important to him too. That when he sees us coming next time, he knows that we're not just grabbing stuff and it's all about us, right? Or me. That we try to do important things. So how's that? How's that for a pitch? Makes sense? Good. So if you guys have any ideas or suggestions or input, or you have questions, or you want information to help keep the accountability way up there at 100%, post, right? The best place for you to do that is right out in the open on the main Facebook page, right?
Yep.
Makes sense. Everybody sees it. It's taken care of. You'll know who's answering and who's not. Right? That make perfect sense to you guys? I mean, sunlight's the best disinfectant. So let's just do that. Let's keep it all out in the open. We don't need private messages and all of that stuff. Just post a thing. Yep. You're not going to overload the page with posts, because this is important, right?
Yep.
You got a suggestion, you got a comment, you got a question, you got an accountability issue, whatever. Post it.
And we will also make a post. One of us will. More than likely Dave or John will make a post regarding this event. Probably Dave, since he's going to head this up.
Yeah, I can do that the next day or so.
Explaining everything so everyone will have a chance to be able to see it.
Yep. So here's the deal. There was absolutely no need to get impatient about how quick we get the information to you. Does that make any sense? Because you have plenty of stuff to do, right? You can go and start buying stuff, right?
Yep.
If you go and buy stuff for a 7 to a 9-year-old little boy or 7 to 9-year-old little girl, and the state comes back and says, "Hey, we got 2 4-year-olds that you didn't do anything wrong, right? You didn't buy the wrong stuff.
No.
It's just going to a different kid, right?"
Yep.
If we have overflow for whatever reason, and I doubt that we will, because all of these caseworkers work, they know all the other caseworkers from the other counties. If by some fluke we end up with an overflow that we just don't have kids to service with this stuff, then we can contact the Toys for Tots right here in Birmingham, and the Marines down there will be more than happy to distribute anything that we have left over. Okay, so there's still plenty to do.
I hope we have a lot left over.
I do too.
I got faith that we will have leftovers.
Yep.
Sadly, the whole state is not in short supply of foster kids.
No.
I mean, just our little county. It's amazing at how many kids are in foster care in our county.
Yep.
And it's sad because there's that many, I hate to say it, deadbeat parents that don't want to take care of their kids. Yeah. And not all of them. And I understand some of them, especially with, the price of everything going up. There are a couple of families that I know of that struggled and they just can't afford to take care of their kids. So they're having to go to foster care until they can get back on their feet,
Mm-hmm.
And that my heart goes out to those people because it really hurts them. But you got some that are on drugs and everything, and they could care less if they ever got their kids back. I hate to say it because they don't even try to do what they need to get them back. And there's so many grandparents and great grandparents taking care of kids now, and it's just unreal. And
I don't know if y'all remember, but I spent the majority of my childhood in Alabama Sheriff's Boys Ranch. That's what that is. And so it hits home for me.
Yep. I mean, my father drove truck over the road and was gone most of the time. And I do mean for months at a time. And that was choice. That was a choice that he made. My mother was a surgical nurse and worked impossibly hard and was on call all the time. So she was gone almost as much as my father was. And that's not really that big of an exaggeration. My mother's father was in the home with us, born in 1900. So I was raised by a man that was born, he was exactly 69 years and 2 days older than I was. And that's the man that raised me until he died when I was 16. So, no, I wasn't in foster care. We were extremely poor. But I get it. You know what? I get the whole notion that grandparents sometimes, you got to do what you got to do. You think, oh, the little rat's last runs off to college. It's over. Ding dong. Oh, man. It's not over. So that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do as a group, and we are going to make a huge difference. And we are not only going to have a name for ourselves as a bunch of guys that collect toys, but we're going to have a name for ourselves for a bunch of guys that give toys. How's that? Make sense?
Yep.
Cool.
Perfect.
So we will post something. I'm going to say by Tuesday, probably, with the details once I get them hammered out in my head and my wife tells me what they are. And
going to take a big hammer.
Oh, yeah. I keep a split ball in the garage. Okay, that's enough of that. Great night, gentlemen. I guarantee you there's going to be more stuff to show next week, and probably the week after that. Next Saturday, Sand Mountain, correct?
Right.
That first show they're doing there, we were going to try to get as many of us in one place there as we could too. So check that out. What was the name? Yeah, and I hate to say this, but I'm not 100% sure I'm going to make it, but I just don't know yet. Honestly, I don't know yet. But keep that in mind too. Look up the details on that.
I'll post something about that later also.
Okay. All right. Rocket City, September 30th, and October 1st is the next big show after that in Huntsville, right?
Think so.
And they got this too, I think.
What is that?
Chattanooga Con.
Oh,
it'll be October 7th. That's when it will be.
7th. Okay.
Right.
Oh yeah, you know what? That's my parents' birthday. Yeah, that makes sense. I just saw that. Duh. Yeah.
They also have a Chattanooga Comic Con October the 21st and 22nd. It doesn't say where. I'm guessing Chattanooga, but we're at Chattanooga. I couldn't tell you right now. I'd have to do some research on it.
Yeah, the Chattanooga.
It's a small town.
It's over. Yeah, the Chattanooga Comic Con. It's over in Memphis.
Well,
Celebrity guest and everything.
Oh, they advertise the celebrity guest. I just don't know which ones. But
Well, they didn't ask me to be there, so it can't be that big a
if
deal.
Thanksgiving if they on strike, and maybe a lot of
They just ain't
celebrity
figured out
guests
your Larry Hama's bestie yet, Dave.
we're gonna go there again.
You go, who? That idiot again.
Yeah.
Hey, cool. So we got some shows there, right? I mean, that's cool. Shoot, I know there's one thing that I'm missing.
You know what you're missing? A Robin to go with this perfect Batman.
Oh, he got him out.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. That's why I had to get to Robin. I had to get a Robin to Batman.
Yeah, that's Brian Boland Batman right there. And Robin too. That's awesome. I wanted to talk about this wolf spider thing, but we don't have time. So maybe next week, right?
I don't like
Maybe I can
spiders,
find some-
so thank you.
Maybe I can
I'm
find some
arachnophobic.
good pictures of him.
Yeah. I don't know what to
Maybe
make of
find
that one
some
yet.
decent photos of it. Send it to me.
And
Yeah,
in case,
and Night Force gonna be Walmart again. So
Oh yeah,
anybody missed it, they got a new HasLab up. So
yeah.
oh, that's
Yes.
what it was.
Marvel Legends. Yeah.
Yep.
Marvel Legends.
He looks cool.
I'm waiting
Yep.
to the last minute to see what all they get, but I'm still going to back it because I want that to complete my original Avengers.
Yeah.
I don't care if my guy don't even have an antenna. It's just I want to complete it. He ain't got to communicate with nobody. Nobody listens to radio anymore.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's all Bluetooth now. We don't need an antenna.
Exactly.
Cool.
Well, I tell you, I mean, it's what, $200, $199.
Yeah.
But if you think about it, the Super Adaptoid retail for $79.99, so $80. He's twice the size, so that'd be $160. Plus, he's exclusive, which would make up the other $40. So
Yeah.
I mean, $200 is really not a bad price.
I saw that and thought it was really reasonable, actually.
Yeah. I mean, when you think about it, of course, I know people, there's still going to be some out there that's going to complain about it, but you know.
What, fans complain? Come on, John.
Yeah, I know it's hard to believe. I know.
Did you shave away your common sense too? No.
Here, just in case you don't see it on Facebook, I can read you some out of the old toy fairs from 30 years ago. They were. I did want to, you know, if I could find it, I wanted to mention this. I know we're about out of time, but this struck me weird because let me see if I can find it. I forgot about it. I was going to mark the page, and I just now thought about that when we. I think it might have been one of the big shots. Yeah, this was March of 1998.
Mm-hmm.
Episode 1 come out in May of 99 because it come out the same month Nancy and I got married. So I know it was May of 99, a whole year and something later. So I'm trying to figure out. You see this big shot right here?
Yep.
Of Luke and Han in the 12-inch. Luke says, "At least this got me out of voiceover. At least this got me out of voiceover hell." And Han replies, "I knew the prequels would blow." What is he talking about? Because the prequels hadn't come out yet when this come out. So were they fortune telling here or something or what?
But the Simpsons can do it. Toy Fair can.
I read that and I'm like, wait a minute, the prequels hadn't even come out, and he says prequels with an S, as in multiple prequels. I don't know if you can see it there.
That's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I don't know what they're talking about. I'm just like,
Wow.
and if you listen to a lot of Star Wars fans, that's what they say, that the trilogy movies, you know, the prequel movies were bad. So
It's probably one of those deals where they used to have all of these industry writers in for early screenings, so he'd probably already seen episode 1. It just didn't realize. You know, but that's a great find right there.
Yeah.
Spotted that one because that's great because it was May of '99, right? Episode
right,
1.
yeah,
And,
a whole year later. So
Yeah.
I don't
Wow.
know.
Oh yeah, he couldn't have seen it a year early.
Yeah.
Mm.
But that's what I said. It says prequels with a S, meaning more than one. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know, I don't know.
That's interesting, isn't it?
Okay.
Huh.
Anyway, I guess we're out of time now. So
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
You had enough, guys?
Great episode, guys.
Nancy's tapping her watch again. The
You need to
timekeeper.
you know how to fix that? Get her a new watch. Because apparently
Bro,
there's something wrong with her watch. She keeps tapping it. Gentlemen, have a fantastic week.
Go to guys.
Thank you, Rick.
right on, Rick.
Thanks, guys.
Good night.